truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
Crossroads, life's toes, life goes. I gotta win. W my lockdown. You can't.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? This is your host, Sonya, with the Remember Who You Are 222 podcast. I have my guest, Candace, here with us today. How are you doing today, Candace?
Hi, Sonya. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just to let you guys know a little bit about her, she actually just wrote a book. Her name is, or the book is called She Who Remembers. She is a hormone health coach and an NPC competitor. So I'm going to go ahead and let her tell her story. So tell us like your story and kind of, I guess what kind of led you to what you do now. And if you had like a big awakening moment or anything like that. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, for sure. A big awakening moment, or my story of She Who Remembers, is it's a meditation journal guided book. It's kind of based off of maybe some traumas that people might have suppressed or experienced throughout their lifetime. And it kind of brings it back up to the surface, but it talks about how you can heal from it, meditate on it, release it, let it go, journal about it. And that's how you burn through your emotions and get through the flame, the fire of what is suppressing you from moving forward to your highest self. So She Who Remembers is kind of like my gift for other people to do things the way that I did, of how it helped me. Some experiences in my lifetime that I really had to learn more about myself was at 27 years old, I was on a runway show. I was working for this great company downtown. It was called the Sorrel Boutique. We did hair, nails. I was an esthetician at the time, so I did facials. And then she had a clothing boutique in the front of the store. So we did tons of fashion shows in Chicago. We were at the Latina fashion show that night. Later that night, I celebrated with everyone at the after party. And me and a friend, we were on our way to go up to Lake Geneva for the night. And as we were pumping gas in the car, he went in to go grab us some waters and things for our little 1-hour road trip up to Lake Geneva. And this gentleman that I did not know decided to jump in my car while he was in the gas station and took off with me. And he raped me repeatedly that night. And I think God every day when I wake up that I'm still here and then I'm able to see my son. So after that experience and going through the trial of putting him away, I am glad justice came out on my end. That man is put away for, I think he got a 100-year life sentence. And what traumatized me from that was basically, as a woman who was just on stage the night before, confident, radiant, glowing, happy. I loved my job. I thought I was completely on top of the world at 27. I was really like I was at this company for like 2 years as an esthetician, and I was really growing my business. And then I got like slammed to the ground, down to nothing. I would have PTSD every day. I acquired anxiety, which I never had before. I mean, like, so it was like so bad that even being on the expressway, I would have like panic attacks to the point where like I felt claustrophobic if we were stuck in traffic, and it would start like all the way down to my feet, going up to my head, and I can't breathe. And I had to remove myself from working downtown. I had to remove myself. I was also working at the hospital at the time. And in the hospital, you see traumatic things, and there's drunk people in the hospital, combative people in the hospital. And I even had to end up leaving the hospital setting in the emergency room because I couldn't even handle being around that type of environment for myself. I really lost like my sense of self in that moment. But one day a light bulb came on, and I'm like, why don't I just work for myself? Like, I love what I'm doing. I just don't like going to that place, right? I don't like going to that place in Chicago. So I ended up, my son's grandparents actually had a room in their basement, and my sister-in-law does hair. So I worked across from her, and I gave myself a safe space, right? Like my family gave me a safe space for me to rebuild myself. And I was nervous because, I mean, I would even be so scared. I was scared when even like the lawn people were out mowing the lawn. I'd be scared to even go out at night. I think people were going to be out in the bushes. So I had to really learn how to, with a lot of psychological therapy, get over this like psychosis of being scared, feeling lonely, feeling bad about myself, shame, guilt, not worthy, like thinking that no one's going to like me anymore because of what happened to me. There was even times when I'd go out with friends and like I have like a thing where people can't even be in like my space. You know, like if someone gets too close to you, you're like, I could feel you. You got to get away from me. So I had to like really learn. I even still have like PTSD to this day. Like it's something that'll never go away, but I've learned that it's just a part of me now. And I could like shake hands with it and hold hands with my PTSD and just carry it with me and be like, but it's not overpowering me. Like it's not my thing I wake up to every morning. Like I'm not scared of it anymore. So after that awakening of really trying to learn how to like believe in myself again and learning to work for myself, I started doing eyelashes. And I would say like my clients that I got from doing eyelashes and eyelash extensions, they start telling you their stories and you just get to sit there and listen. And the best part of that is you're not alone, because just because of something that happened to you, there's other stories that people have worse stories than even what I have. So, and not to say that one trumps the other, but it's like I could hold space and still be here and care for other people and care for myself and still love myself too. So that was my first awakening when I was 27 of leaving areas that didn't feel right. Like sometimes you get stuck and you're like, well, this is my job. This is what I have to do. And I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like I'm drawing the line. I don't need to do that. I'm going to do what makes me feel good about myself. And that was my first spiritual awakening. And then my second spiritual awakening was when I was 34. My sister died from a heroin overdose. So my sister was 2 years older than me. So that was like my best friend growing up. And you reflect when people die. It's kind of like a crazy thing. My brother actually just killed himself 2 months ago, and I'm going through another awakening as well right now. But when my sister passed away, I didn't talk to her for 2 years because we got in an argument. And it was one of those arguments where like she hit below the belt. And it was like, all I wanted to hear from her was like an apology. And she never gave me an apology. She just was one that was always be like, just brush it under a rug. She'll come back around. But so I never got that apology from her. But I did promise her sorry, I don't want to cry. I did promise her that I would do everything that we said we were going to do.
Mhm.
So, sorry. So one thing that we promised each other was to have our own business and make it super successful. So
Yeah.
after she passed away, I really dove in, and I think I got really sick of the like I was explaining, when I was working at the hospital, I did move myself out of the emergency room, but I moved myself into a surgical unit. So when I worked in a surgical unit, I wasn't around the riffraff of what's going on in the emergency room. The surgical unit is a very clean unit. You're getting people in for surgeries. It's a more easy environment to deal with. And you're helping people. So I left working the surgical unit because when we were sitting there at a meeting one day, they were talking about their goals and what they wanted us to do. And I'm like, I want to reach my own goals. And if I'm doing this for you guys, I'm not even reaching my goals because I'm working on your goals. So I put, like 2 weeks later, I put my resignation in for that position. And I just fully started working for myself, and my business just like boomed. Like everyone wanted to come. Like I was just getting clients left and right, and business was great. What's one thing that's great about my business is that I'm a single mom. So I was able to work around, basically when you have children, you work around your kid's schedule. It's no longer your schedule.
Yeah. I understand that.
Right? Like it's you got to wake up when they wake up. You got to make sure breakfast is around their time, get them off to school, and then you have to make sure you get them off the bus. And if they have extracurricular activities, you're doing all their extracurricular activities. It's their schedule. It's not your schedule for a very long time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
until they get a car. And even when they get a car, it's it's for a long time. I had my son at 21. So at 34, he was like 10, 11 years old, probably. No, 34. He was, probably about 11, 12 years old. So my boyfriend at the time, my boyfriend who's now my husband, actually, he has a holistic medical practice, and we do hormone health and hormone therapy. So I was talking to him, and not only was I was reaching my goals with my personal business, but I wasn't reaching my goals with my personal self. So back then I was like 160 pounds when I met him. When I had my son, I was like 118 pounds. Like I was a really thin, tiny person. No muscle, because I didn't know how to work out at the gym at the time. But when I met my husband, he taught me like, well, you need to stop smoking cigarettes all day and only eating once a day. You really need to feed your body. You need to feed yourself, and not just, the eat one time a day person. So getting into that was after my sister died, I promised her that I'd get everything done that I said that we were going to do. And one thing would be to not only be successful for herself, but to feel strong and loved, and to create a better self-awareness for myself. Like I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs like how my sister did drugs. Like I might smoke some marijuana once in a while, but that's not like, I don't consider that even a drug. It's legally, it's not in Illinois. So that's about the extent that I do. But after getting, let me backtrack a little bit. After getting raped, the doctors put me on like 6 prescription drugs. I was on an antidepressant. I was on Xanax. They had me on Zoloft. They had me on Ambien to go to sleep at night. They gave me, I was on so many pills that just like numbed me for so many years. And it made me blow up. Like I was 165 pounds. I was going to the gym. I was working out. I wasn't eating right, which I got corrected. But I threw all that in the garbage, and I started listening to my body. I started eating more properly, eating better for myself. And I started working out in a regimen that works for me, not against me. Like before I didn't know, before I'd like go run for 45 minutes and then go lift weights, which I didn't know that was a problem, right? Like if you're going to do cardio, do it right when you wake up. Don't do it at night right before you go to bed and then lift some weights. It's not going to work for you. So, right? Like you're like, oh, well, this is the only time of day I could do it. So I'm going to do it in one shot, but it doesn't work for your body. You're not running the car correctly. So, I really learned a lot about my body by doing the cardio in the morning, lifting weights at night, and then really eating. Like I probably eat 5 times a day now. And then I had to get rid of the inflammation in my body. And I think I had something called like a leaky gut, which like if you don't go to the if you're not like a bathroom person, I wasn't a bathroom person. So your body absorbs all the toxins that it's holding on and it doesn't like release. So it causes weight gain. And I had to really correct that. And it's really simple. It's like MCT oil and super greens corrects like your gut health issues. So, and I'm over here like, well, I could do that every day. And so my awakening to my health started when I was 34. And then I got a personal trainer when I was 36. And I did my first competition show when I was 37. I took a year off because you get feedback from judges of what they're looking for. And they wanted my foundation to be more fuller. So that means the up top was good, but the bottom half wasn't. So I took a year off. And then this year I competed and I got first place in my class that I'm doing. I'm doing the new fit model division, which is, it's geared towards women who are like, who don't have as much muscular density as other women. So it's great because, like I said, I've only been working out strictly for the way that you work out as a competitor for about 5 years now. And it's amazing to see that I already I got first place, I got my overall win, and then we're going to nationals.
Awesome.
But my the second awakening with my brother just passing, so my brother, he's another drug addict, alcoholic, nicest guy ever. He's the guy that you see in the room. He's there to make you laugh and tell you a joke, you know. But whatever demons he was fighting, he was unable to overcome them. I acknowledged what was going on with him. I told him to come home. Let's get you some help. Let's check you in somewhere. But whatever he was fighting, I call them demons because that's what drugs do to people. It keeps you in that lower 3D world where you'll never be able to get to your highest self. If you continue to do this, it'll never get you to get to your better self. So, so like I said, I acknowledged what was going on and I'm like, your environment's toxic. What you're doing to yourself is toxic. You need to get out of it. I go, you're never going to get better if you don't leave what you're doing. And whatever the case may be, I know he did things on his choice. Committing suicide isn't something that, I mean, you got to have a lot of balls to do that because it's, you know, it's not something like he didn't just take a gun and shoot himself. So he hung himself and you have to have a lot of balls to do that. But he must have been really lost a lot of hope. You know what I mean? He must have lost a lot of there. Like when you see no hope and that demon in your head is saying whatever it's saying to you, like I know what those depression thoughts feel like. So I could actually like with what happened to me, I could actually like feel people's pains, I guess you could say. I could feel people's happiness and I could feel people's pains. It's kind of a blessing or a curse in disguise. But I could tell he was losing hope and I was trying. Isn't it? Yeah. It's like you could, when you're in a room with people and someone talks to you, you could, so I felt his pain. So I knew what was going on. And I'm like, if you stay there, it's not going to be good. Come home. And he didn't come home, but not that I could, I'm not a medium by any means, but like I definitely have a connection to, I think because of some I believe because of my traumatic experiences, I have a connection to the other side in different ways. And with his death, he wants me to make it loud. He wants me to go out and show him how to live. Like, if he couldn't do it, you got to show people how to live and how to emotionally regulate their dysfunctions in their lives, because if they don't, they will always stay stuck.
Yeah.
I was really lucky that I was able to do that for myself. And I hope that with my book, it could help someone too. And for me, that would, I don't even look at it at the money part. I look at it as like, you're just like, if you're blessed in so many ways, like I could wake up still tomorrow. You could grab someone who might not want to, right? So if I can change someone's mind, it would mean the world to me. That's all. So my next awakening is to help people heal and emotionally regulate their dysfunctions. But then on the other side, it's we're getting older, and you need to know that there's different types of healthcare out there that could actually heal you rather than keep you numb or keep you drugged up and keep you in a state of never pushing through that fire to get to the other side. Sometimes you have to walk on the charcoal so you could get to the other side where the grass is greener. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how. I'm like seeing flames and people walking across it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing in my head right now. If I could get people to walk on that coal and just like burn your feet a little bit, it might hurt, but it might feel like a really good release afterwards. That's what this book is about. And that's what my awakening, I think, is about. I saw through the scam of the healthcare system a while ago. I will say, you know, like there's some great doctors and there's great things out there, but you also have to trust your gut and intuition. And if I was depressed because of what happened to me, but I'm even more depressed when I'm gaining weight and I look at myself in the mirror and I don't like myself. And that's not an ego thing. That's a thing with myself that like you feel proud like when you're strong. So with the NPC and going to get my pro card, I'm not doing it as an ego self. I'm doing it as like, this is my suit of armor that I'm totally building for myself to just feel strong for myself. It's not for anyone else, you know? And to see how tiny my waist could get.
No, I love that you have an amazing story, and I know it's going to help a lot of people out there, for sure. And I really believe,
and I'm sure yours is too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do have a pretty crazy story. I haven't lost anybody that was close to me, but I also never felt close to anyone throughout my life. So I did feel kind of, you know, I went through a long period of like loneliness and just putting that face. Even when I was in the Marine Corps. Yeah, even when I was in the Marine Corps and competing, there was a lot of subconscious things I wasn't addressing. I was just keeping myself busy and competing and helping others and just tending to others and never really tending to myself until I had like a big awakening. But yeah.
So your cup was like just overflowing and giving to everyone.
Yeah, I was over.
And then over giving.
Yeah,
I tell my son that all the time. I'm like,
that you have to be whole within yourself to really like give your
to others.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really do. Like I tell my son all the time, he's 17, and I'm like, you really need to get your head on track, start working for yourself, stop getting, you know, like go to the gym, work out. You have great friends, but you don't need to bend over backwards for them. Like, because at the end of the day, in a year from now, they're all going to be going off to college. and no one's going to be bending over backwards. Like, they're not bending over backwards for you. You got to like keep your head in the game and like keep this up here strong. And hopefully I'm teaching him how to regulate his emotions so he can grow up and not become an addictive personality that gets caught up into drugs and things like that. Like, I hope he catches things quicker, because I don't want him, if I'm able to learn things like this now, if we start teaching a younger generation of what to do, maybe they won't feel so conflicted when they get older. Or maybe they could avoid going down a road that's going to hurt them or traumatize them in a bad way. That, and like you said, like, you want to give yourself from feeling whole and great about yourself. You don't want to keep giving yourself away, and at the end of the day you're like crashed out on zero and feeling bad inside.
Yeah, you mentioned something earlier when we were talking about how when you have so many clients and you're taking in the energy, I used to take in people's energy and didn't know that I was doing that. And so I was just carrying so much of other people's negative emotions and energy for the longest time. It's like we really have to learn to learn how to protect our energy, and because we can be around people, it's just about just learning the right things to do and say to ourselves to be able to protect that energy.
Yeah, like, so like I've learned to like block it sometimes, but sometimes there's people that go through things, like, especially because I'm by their head when I'm working, I really absorb their energy. But what I try to do is I try to send them healing. And then what happens, one thing that I do at nighttime when I take a shower, this has been like my shower ritual for years, but like, you have to imagine when you're in the shower, like white light rinsing you off and like washing away all their stuff, right? So you have to like really imagine like all this like negative energy just like coming off of you, because if you keep holding it on, like, you'll start having arguments with your husband or with your kid or something. You're like, that wasn't even me. Like, I didn't even really feel like that. But I had that type of feeling because so-and-so was telling me she had a bad experience with her boyfriend, that, whatever happened over the weekend or whatever. But one thing that I do for myself is like when I take showers, I imagine like white light. And then like another thing that's really helped me was I put on meditation sleep music at night. And that really helps me get into a really deep sleep and to like calm my mind, because I used to have insomnia where my mind was racing and it would be like one thing after another thing after another thing. And then my brain just doesn't shut off. It'd be like 3-4 in the morning and I'm laying in my bed. Why is my brain not shutting off? So like I've learned to like move the phone away from the bed so I don't try to reach it and grab for it and try to like play on it at night. And then I put on that meditation sleep music, and normally within like 3 to 5 minutes, I'm out cold. That there's some really good frequency music out there where it's a black screen, so you don't like have the light from the TV on you. Yeah. I know some people have sound machines, but I just use YouTube.
Yeah, I use YouTube too. That's funny. I actually do use YouTube for like the frequency music, or I do have a SoundCloud soundtrack that I listen to. It was from this guy I followed because he actually does his own frequency music.
Oh, that's cool. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram. He's been doing like house music, but at a different frequency rate. So they were saying like, sorry, that's my dog. They were saying that the frequency music changed in the music industry. Like Prince, his frequency was at like a 484, is it 482, 487? Prince used to have all his music is at a certain frequency. And then in the early 90s, when rap started coming out, they changed their frequency to the lower vibration. And now, like, even my husband says, like, all this rap music that's out and that's what these kids listen to, it really is, it keeps people in a lower state vibration just by the sound that comes out of it. Now, when we go like when we go on vacations, I try to find, sometimes I find like ritual retreats. We go to like Tulum, and any type of dance music or any music that people play with real instruments, it's supposed to be like what they say is like your muscular skeleton system recognizes it, and it helps build we were just at a biohacking seminar this weekend. There are certain frequencies that will even help build your muscular skeletal system to make it strong. And then certain frequencies that make you weaker.
Oh yeah, I believe that one.
It was crazy.
There's sound is
Yeah,
like, we don't even realize how much sound has an effect on us. Like it can literally be healing. So
yeah. It is.
I went to
my
sound healing.
Did you do sound healing?
Yeah, I went to a
You ever
sound
do the
healing.
sound bowl?
Amazing. Yeah, that's what it was. It was, they had the bowls. It was by like a pool. They had like the works. Like it was amazing how it sounded with the singing. They were singing like the light language, and they even nature was like chiming in at the perfect time. Like it was amazing.
That's awesome. My sister-in-law, who she does the hair across from me, she does sound healing, Reiki, and all this stuff, but she started doing classes outside at different forest preserves. So you could bring your own little blanket, you lay out there. She does sound healing with like 2 other people, and they so they'll do the sound healing over your body. So you're just laying there. You're just laying, relaxed. And like you said, you're listening to nature. But it was amazing because when she would come by me, I was like, I'd get visions. Other people had like memories of things that would pop up. But for me, I was getting visions of like different colors, and it almost looked like kaleidoscopy. You know what I mean? Of like whichever instrument she was using over me. It was really relaxing. And I almost felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders afterwards. It was an amazing, amazing thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I felt the same.
I have a large pool, and I told her, I'm like, you got to come do that here at my house because that would be so fun. But I don't have that many rafts for people. They'd have to bring their own raft. So what have been some other awakenings that like changed your direction?
I had a big awakening with my son's father. So it was basically, it hit me pretty hard because I had been avoiding all the issues that I had with my mother growing up. She had narcissistic, she basically just had, she had narcissistic personality traits. She was very abusive emotionally and physically. And then as I got older, I didn't realize, the people that I was having around me was just unhealed wounds from her until I really realized I ended up having a miscarriage after I had my first child with him. And the miscarriage kind of woke me up and was like, you need to leave this relationship. And so I didn't even realize how big of a narcissist he was until I left him. And then he just started doing all these crazy things to try and basically try and ruin my life. So I had to just stop caring about like everything material.
You were the bad person in this situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we had businesses together and sabotage it. So I was just like, look, we could just sell the houses and all, because I was managing rental properties that we had. And so I was like, look, we can just sell the houses and I'll build this back on
You'll
my
live
own.
on your rental dollar. Yeah.
And so I just knew that I
It's
was
so
going to be,
funny. It's so
yeah,
funny when you get in a relationship with someone and then they feel as though like you could do nothing without them. And you're like, no, dude, I got this. I can do it on my own. Don't need you here. I'd
yeah,
rather be happy alone with nothing in my pocket than have to feel as though that I'm trapped with someone in an unhappy relationship.
yeah,
I've
definitely.
been through too many of those.
Healing from that was like a big awakening for me because, well, I had a couple big transitions. I was leaving the Marine Corps. I left him and I had my baby. He was only like 11 months old at the time. And so I just worked on myself for a while. And then I was kind of led to this, like, it was a Joe Dispenza meditation. It was like breath work, meditation, a movement mantra. I just dove into it and did all of it at once. And it really like I just saw the world differently. Like I had this like Kundalini. It was like this crazy
Oh, that's
Kundalini.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
know what
so,
you're talking about. You're like, I had an awakening.
yeah, it was crazy. Like I literally saw the world differently. I jumped timelines and now I do like quantum embodiment. So it's been pretty it's been pretty
I had
crazy.
something like this at that biohacking event last weekend. It was like this quantum, it was a metal like square box. And I forget how they explain it, but it does some type of quantum healing by just like hovering your hand over it or putting your hand in it, something like that. It was interesting. There's a lot of quantum healing things that'll be coming out within the next 5 to 10 years, I feel like, or maybe even sooner than that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely, I feel like sound, what is it? So like, I feel like the hospitals are great, doctors are great, but the healthcare system sucks, right? Hospitals are great because they help take care of people with surgeries or big things that they need to take care of. But the healthcare system in itself, with big pharma always pushing these drugs or whatever it is that they're doing, they're really lining their own pockets and not dealing with the root causes of the issues with people, and they're not healing anyone. They just like mask a problem for everyone. So I feel like healing starts first within yourself and then finding modalities that help keep you in this frame of peace, right? So like whether it be sound healing, yoga, breath work, ice baths, what are some other healing things that they're talking about? I think light. I actually think light will be, once when they start actually exposing it. There's been tons and tons of articles about how these like light therapies help break down cancer cells and kill cancer, but yet no one's allowed to use them yet. I think we are going to be once again, are you an 80s baby? Are you born in the 80s?
Yeah, I was I think I'm pretty close to your age because I'm 39. I'll be 40 in April. So I was born in 86.
Oh, okay. So we're in the 80s, so we've been through everything. We've been through Atari, Nintendo, the Macintosh computer, the real computer, laptops, cell phones, right? And I think we're going to be the first ones that'll be on the verge of experiencing the new healthcare system. They're definitely going to be doing something with our financial system as well, which will shift for the better eventually. People will see that. But it's this new wave of, I like to call it consciousness, or
5D
like
consciousness. But I know all of
I think they say like they say it's going to light up the whole world. Like, cause like once when someone does it and they could reach X amount of people and then those people reach X amount of people, eventually there's going to be so much light up consciousness in this world that they won't be able to suppress us anymore. And they won't be able to control us anymore either, like how they used to with religion or government wise, because we're smarter now. And we're able to communicate through. Look at did I tell you what Amanda said? She's like, oh, you're gonna do this thing on yard whatever this is, the app. And I'm like, oh, what location is that? I go, is that in Lombard? And I'm like sending her the location. She goes, no, goodness, it's on the computer. And I'm like, oh, that's even better. I could do it for my own house. But I'm like, but look at how easy. You could literally do a podcast in your house. You're on the phone. You're on the screen. It's like that. Look at how great it is that we could connect with people all over the world just through the computer these days. Like it's really changing our lives everywhere. I not that I'm a fan of church or anything, but I think the church was a written Bible to control people. But I also feel as though it's a great book for teaching people morals and to have a good heart. Just like how the trilogies are, or philosophies are with Greek mythology and the Roman Empire and all that stuff. Like those are, I think the control system will eventually crumble down. Yeah, I gotta look.
Oh yeah.
Sky. Sorry, I got a King Corso. She's in the crate. So I think this 5D energy will really break through very soon. A lot of people are on board with. I feel like anytime I go out, people talk to me and they always want to know what I'm doing and what's the new thing to help them. And I always say, like, well, you have to like really focus on yourself first before you could start just jumping into doing things. You could try things, but really focus on yourself first. Heal this, then go try things to release more. Here, he wants to say hi. Say hi.
Oh, hey.
This is with our books, hopefully with your book as well, it's very successful, and I hope many people read it, and I hope they get the lessons that they need from it so they could grow themselves and find themselves to do what they need to do to become their higher self. Because I was at my brother's funeral that I just had, I did a tree planting ceremony, and the one thing that I told his friends that came by, a few of his friends came by, and I'm like, I'm told to be like on full on like send, like I got to be on full on blast, like not only with my fitness competing, but with like talking to people, going out and actually explaining my story to everyone, and hopefully connecting with people that are like-minded like me, because I know I'm not in this bubble in Orland Park, or I'm in Frankfurt. I hope I'm not in this bubble by myself anymore. You know what I mean? Like there are people that think and feel and that are like me, and I don't need to be just the energy absorber. I'm done being the energy absorber. I want to be the one that like pushes the light out of me so people absorb me instead of me absorbing them.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
I love that.
You want to do that too, don't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about. This podcast in general is really about getting people's light out there. And so,
yeah.
You know, it's definitely, I definitely believe that there's a lot of great things coming in bringing the 5D consciousness in and integrating it more. I already see, like, I feel like I'm on, like, I see both sides. Like I don't absorb anymore, but like I observe and I see some of the negative energies, but then I see like this whole side of like light. It's like millions of people already that are already co-creating this new earth.
Yeah. And connecting with each other, right? Yeah. One thing that you said something about music. So me and my husband, we love music, and well, he definitely loves music.
Mhm.
he he's the guy that like he'll hear a song and he knows what year it came out, who sang it, and like where he was at the time. Where we had CDs and then we had MP3 players, so I don't remember anyone's names of
Mhm.
artists. But when we travel, we're doing this one show. This Rufus Du Sol is playing out in the Mojave Desert in Las Vegas in October, which I can't wait to go to because it's a light. What do they do where they put the lights up in the sky? It's one of those
Mm.
lantern ceremonies.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I think I'm so excited for that because I feel like music in general helps heal the soul
Mhm.
on a different level.
Yeah,
Um,
I honestly feel a difference when from like the nights I put my music on and then if I forget to put it on or something, like I feel a difference. So
yeah,
I definitely
like
like
you wake
music
up
is
feeling a little bit more anxious or something, like you didn't
it just
complete
I guess
yourself.
it just doesn't feel as like clear and grounded as when I do the
That
music.
would be a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I need
But
to ground myself, I go out in my garden.
yeah.
I got a huge
Yeah.
garden. I fell in love with gardening. It's crazy. I'm like the plant lady. Um,
Yeah, I
that's
love
another
being
thing
by
on my
nature.
yeah. Um, that was another one thing. So like with competing, you can't go out drinking a lot. So I'm like, I
Mhm.
gotta find some other hobbies because like not that you can't go out drinking, but I can't go out drinking and I can't go out eating with my friends because you gotta
Mhm.
cook everything. Like you have to
Mhm.
stay on your diet. So gardening has been like another outlet besides going to the gym. But gardening for me, it's just crazy how you could create life and
Mhm.
like watch it continue to grow. Like I have an avocado tree that I grew from a seed, like a
Yeah.
plain avocado pit, and it's like 5, 6 feet tall right now in the corner of my house.
Wow, that's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, it's awesome. It's so
Mhm.
cool. But they say like your plants recognize your energy when you're about 800 feet away. They can recognize when you're home and when you're not home. Isn't that
Mm.
crazy?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah. I
because no
just
one takes care of
I
my
know
plants when
plants
I'm gone on vacation.
definitely. I actually just recently got some plants, like just some indoor plants because I just wanted to like bring up the energy in the house. So
Oh,
you could
nice.
definitely feel the difference with the plants. So um but yeah, I don't want to
Nice.
hold you for too much longer.
Okay.
But I would like to
Well, it was
ask
so
the
nice meeting you.
what was that?
Oh, okay.
I
What
was
did
gonna
you
say I would like
you
to
cut
ask a
out.
closing wish. Oh, I would like to ask a closing wisdom question. It's basically I ask like everybody the same question. If you could say you found one truth about our divinity, what would you say that what would you say that is?
One truth about our divinity is that your intuition knows before you know,
I love that.
if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it really does
Yeah.
because we I mean, I know as like with having so much subconscious programming, you tend to ignore your intuition, but over time, you know, once I was able to actually awaken and really follow my intuition, it's like such a heightened it's like a heightened level now. So
Yeah.
um,
It's
just being
really
aware.
crazy. So, like, my intuition is so on point and spot on. It's kind of like weird, but I could say this is that I've had to learn to trust it more. And
Mhm.
with trusting it more, it's just crazy because it really does, like, things really do happen. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah, it really guides
they
you in the
really
right.
do happen. Yeah, it really does guide you in the right direction. And
Mhm.
I mean, energies are real. Like,
Mhm.
if you feel like someone's off, there's something wrong with
Yeah.
it. There is something wrong with the person. Yeah. Like dogs sense energies from people, and so do we, and we have to really trust that.
Yeah, science even shows that we're all made, we're all made of energy. Everything's made of energy. And so it's really just on like learning how to manipulate the energy in a good way for the highest good of all.
Yeah, and then keep you there. So you
Yeah.
don't like, because like for me, struggling with PTSD and like manic depressive disorder and all that other stuff that they told me I had, like you could get, when doctors tell you that you have something, you could get stuck in your head thinking that you're like this forever, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to be a depressed person and I'm going to have this forever in my life and it's never going to go away. But in my gut, I said I didn't want to be like that forever. I didn't want, I know that I'm a strong woman. Like I'm a strong human being. Like I could conquer anything. And it wasn't until going through the waves of everything that I went through, and now I look back at it now and I'm like, yeah, I'm a strong woman. Yep. Yes, I sure am. And no, I'm not that person that they told me. You know what I mean? Like you really have to overcome what you're being told sometimes and lead with whatever you feel inside. Cause like I was in love with everything I was doing. And then like, it's so crazy that the devil comes out and takes things away so quickly. And, but they say every setback, your comeback is even that much stronger. And I'm tired of the setbacks, but that means I just got to keep come back more stronger.
Yeah. So what I've learned is it's about having like a different relationship with your emotions too. Because I used to not let myself feel things just to. I mean, our brain protects itself, but I've learned in doing a lot of my inner work that you have to like feel the emotions, like sadness, anger, whatever it is, for it to move through you and actually be able to use it for like creator energy.
So I didn't even know that there were so many types of emotions out there until I was with my psychologist, because he's like, well, what is it that you feel like? I'm like, well, what do you mean? What do I feel like? I'm like, I feel sad. And he's like, well, yeah, that's one emotion. He's like, but then he gave me a wheel, and this wheel literally had like 154, 100, 200 something emotions on there. And I'm like, now what do you feel? And I'm like, I didn't know that this was all emotions. But because when I was a child, anytime that if we laughed at the dinner table, we got told to go to our bedroom. If we were crying, we were told to go to our bedroom. If we were play fighting or doing something, we were always told to go to our bedroom, but we were never, no one ever said like, why do you feel that way? Why are you acting like this right now? And why do you feel that way? And when you're not taught what emotions are, there's no way of ever explaining how you feel to people because you're never taught that. I had to learn that myself as well. And I actually bought a book. You might like this. It's my psychologist told me it's called it's a book. It's called what is it? It's a parenting book on how to raise your kids with an emotional intelligence. And when you raise children with emotional intelligence, they actually become more in tune and more smarter than any other child because they're able to read the room sitting in a room full of people. And they'll know how to correspond and talk with people depending on how that person reads to them. So my son's father's a narcissist, but I really had to teach him how to be emotionally intelligent to have a conversation with his dad, because when you're a narcissist and a hothead, he has a short fuse. So if you say one wrong thing, it might blow up at him. And then what are you're just going to get yelled at. Right. So he had to learn how to even I had to teach him how to talk to his dad. I go, there's a certain way you have to talk to your dad. because he's emotionally not, they're not there. They don't have those feelings. So I go, you have to talk to him in a certain way, and then you'll get a certain reaction back from him. But you have to like, and I don't mean to label his dad, but that's how he is. It's just who he is as a person. And he might even admit it now if he knows that he is that way. But I go, and that's just a thing that you have to accept. Like, that's your dad. You have to create your own relationship with him around these structures. But you also need to know that the way people treat you, you have to have a level of standard of what you'll accept for how people treat you, even if it comes from your family. Right? Like you can't be bending over backwards for everyone and then they continue to treat you like shit every time and only want you around when they need you. Like, no, I'm not going to be your dopamine hit that you want to love on me for this week and then next week yell at me and, do whatever. So it's a book. I'll email it to you. I have the book upstairs. It was a really great book and it really helped me raise my son because he definitely knows how to read a room at a young age.
It's something I've already started with my son, at least to, he's only about to be 3. So he's starting to name his emotions. Like he actually says like, I'm sad or I'm angry. Those are the 2 he says now, but I'm like,
when you look up the emotional wheel and when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, there's so many, this is a lot. I only had like 5 emotions growing up: happy, sad, angry, humiliated would be one, and you know what I mean? Like you only have like a handful that you could think of that were emotions. But when people are emotionally intelligent, their IQs become a lot stronger and they're able to communicate more efficiently with other people. And I will say that is one of my son's strengths. He is not the book smart kid. He is a very smart kid, but he doesn't like reading, but he is really good with talking with people. And I think that's a strength in itself, especially after these kids going through COVID and being stuck to learn on a computer for a few years. My son still has really good communication skills. And they learn from us. And I think, and I know about generational trauma, and that stops with me. Like, I don't want to put any emotional trauma onto him from like, you need to be you, and we're like, it's done here. We're not doing this no more.
Yeah.
So I really hope the best for his future, that's for sure. And to not have to go through certain things and to live on full send at the highest level that they can, right? You want them to be like my son play basketball and like when kids win at a state championship or something, you want that for their life, their whole life. That's all.
Well, I mean, it was great talking to you and having you on my show. I would definitely love to have you as a guest again sometime, and maybe we can have another topic or something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to. It was great talking to you.
If somebody wanted to get a hold of you for your services, the Hormone Health, or get your book, where would they reach you at?
So my book is on Amazon. They can find it on Amazon or Kindle. And our Hormone Health services we have at the AmericanVitality.us. We're just got an app for our patients where they could have a reward system. And basically when you become, we have a tactical unit for the men, and then we have the sovereignty unit for the women. So the women are sovereign and the men men are supposed to be your number one protectors. So we gave them the tactical unit names. But Our app is amazing because if you share and refer any of your friends, you get mission points. And after you share, like let's say if 10 of your friends join the health service and you get on board with your hormone optimization, your service is for free for pretty much the whole year. So you get your healthcare paid for by sharing your healthcare experience with other people, which is not something that people are doing these days. But if you're taking care of your hormone health, like let's say like at 39, we're not really going through menopause or perimenopause yet. But once when we hit 45, maybe even 47, we start going through it. Weight increases, that stomach belly fat gets stubborn and doesn't go away, and then we start getting hot flashes and all that fun stuff. So hormone optimization overrides everything. You optimize it so it stays at its levels consistently, and that way you don't have any of those issues. At the healthcare system failed us as women because they kept saying like you're going to get cancers and you're going to get this and that. Well, yeah, you'll get cancer, breast cancer if you do estrogen and over amount of estrogen. But if you're just giving yourself the right dose of what you're supposed to be at, you stay even. Nothing should ever come up with, there's tons of studies of how it's helped women over more so than having breast cancer. I'll tell you where you get breast cancer from: sugars in all our diet and food. You know what I mean? Like it's in the water that we're drinking that they're poisoning us with.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I've learned that we could be doing better, and I mean it's hard when they have control of all that stuff. But I do see the changes. Like I go to more like the Whole Foods grocery stores. And
like I stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating any chicken. I won't eat any fish from any of the delis because I've watched so many videos, but they pump it all with hormones. And the chickens, what they do with them, it's almost like they're born in a jail cell. It's like you have to think about it like you're eating jailbirds, right? Like you know how people in the system, how they are in general. Well, think about that's the chickens that you're eating, right? Like they're not the best taken care of. They don't have the best food, and there's no room for them to even move around. And then the fish, having farm raised fish, I just think is disgusting. Like my fish that I eat now, I've been only eating mussels and calamari because they can't tamper with it. And I'll do fresh caught fish. But I've been on a seafood diet this month, and it's been the best thing for me. It's actually helped me just not feel bloated at all. Anytime when I eat chicken or even like the eggs that I eat, I feel bloated sometimes. Okay. But we could definitely have another whole talk about how they poison us and how we're getting better and overcoming those things.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah. But let's see, I do have to get going so we can end this episode and maybe schedule something in the future for sure.
Sounds good.
All right.
It was nice talking with you.
Yeah, you too. All right. So we'll end it there, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay.